you came to this video looking at this Asus ROG 27-inch 1440p monitor as a way to entry level into the 1440. Is it the ultimate upgrade for your setup that you're running at 1080? Let's find out. What is up, YouTube? All right, let me adjust this really quick for you guys. Hopefully it sounds okay. Cheers, guys. Got me some ghosts right here. Let me know what you guys sip on. I mean, you guys watch videos. Like sometimes when I'm watching videos, popping up YouTube videos, I end up, popping open something to drink, like maybe a coffee or even a soda, or most of the time I'm popping these though, because I'm going to be having a long night editing and recording and / playing video games. So this is my go-to source of refreshment. I don't know why I sound so proper. And so today we are looking at a monitor that promises high refresh rate, deep immersion, and it has a really sleek design. Now this monitor looks and feels premium. Like I said before, the curve is subtle, so it does pull you in to give you that immersion. Just enough to like be pulled into the action. The bezels are pretty slim. Now granted, I will say that they aren't the slimmest I've seen out of a monitor. And the back has that signature ROG flare, the logo. Now the stand is fully adjustable. You can push it all the way down and all the way up to what it gives. And you also can tilt it. Now granted, I did opt to keep the stand there because it felt pretty stable, and it also felt like it fit in with the space I had. Now I did buy an extra arm for it because I ended up giving my old Samsung to my fiance, and so she wanted the curved monitor, and I also wanted to keep the curved monitor, but I also found this online and I was looking at it and it's like, oh, it's not as curved as the Samsung, and I wanted it to be not as curved, right? Like I kind of wanted to go with a little bit of a flat monitor, but I also wanted that little bit of curve to keep with the aesthetic that I did have. So it definitely does fit in with my whole setup here, and it's really stable with the stand. If you notice right here, it does have a little slot for your phone, but I also put my devices on top of that stand. So just because I had the space, I needed the space back essentially with that stand. Now 1440p is like the sweet spot for gamers. You don't want to, like, if you can't afford a 4K monitor and also like a 4K graphics card, this is like the sweet spot for you if you end up buying something that you want to use a good high-end graphics card, and it also gives you high quality definition. Like I said, it's sharper than a 1080p, and it's almost without the stress of the 4K, if you will. Now the colors are pretty punchy. I've hopped into Warzone, and I did have to set up this monitor. I took some settings from Reddit and I set up this monitor to that profile, and it's really good. Now it does have HDR, and that helps with the contrast, though I will say it's not quite cinema level. It is pretty contrasty, and it does have some darks and lights really well. Now what really stands out about this monitor is the 180 hertz refresh rate, and this is what really drove me to get to this monitor, because I was looking for like something to give me that higher refresh rate, because my graphics card can push those frames in Warzone, and I kind of wanted to see how it felt and see how it was when my graphics card was pushing those frames and getting those 180 hertz refresh rate. So it is smooth and fast when you're playing those type of games and you need those high refresh rates or high frame rates for your competitive gaming, especially if you're playing like first person shooters. Again, I play that all the time on here. If you guys check out my other videos and check out my live streams on Twitch, I will be streaming on Twitch to give me to give you an insight of how I play and how it helps. So in real world use, when you do use this monitor, it keeps up. Like it generally does feel snappy. There's barely any ghosting that I did notice. A lot of people said online that there was ghosting. I didn't really notice that with this monitor. I will say though that you have to set the correct settings in it, because it will look weird out of the box. So whether you're grinding in Apex, Cyberpunk, Warzone, it's responsive and immersive. I think 27 inches is like that sweet spot as well, between you getting in between like a higher end monitor, like a 32-inch wide curved monitor versus like a 24-inch 1080p, I really do feel like it breaks that barrier of like, oh wow, this is like a good screen to be immersed in. So again, this does have HDR10, but I will say to not use that because the settings told you not to use that. And again, you won't get like anything like an OLED black level, but explosion and lighting effects do look pretty cool with that if you do set up that whole system. I haven't done that yet, and I probably will just to test it out. The on-screen display mode is pretty simple to use. So on the back, you do have a display port. That's a 1.4 display port, and you have 2 HDMI ports. I believe there is one 2.1 HDMI port, and then the other one is just the regular HDMI. And then you have USB pass-throughs for peripherals. So you can hook this up for your mouse, or if you want to hook up like a wireless mouse, and then you hook up like that to your computer, so you kind of hide wires. It is versatile enough for PC gamers and console gamers, I will say. So for under $300, this monitor delivers like a pretty good combo of features. You have high refresh rate, sharp resolution, and gaming centric features. Such as the crosshair and the HDR. It's not perfect, but I will say that if you're stepping up from a 1080p 60 Hz monitor, this is definitely an upgrade. I would highly recommend this to competitive gamers and also people who like the colors, who like cinematics within their games. I will say that this monitor does give you like a little bit more of a better look than other 1440p monitors that I've looked at. So that's the end of the video. Smash that like button if you like this review, if this video helped. Subscribe for more gaming tech reviews, and drop a comment if you want to see this compared to another display, or drop a comment about what display you're running and you think that is way better than this one.